Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Flash, and thank you for joining me for another Marvel Snap video. I know it's been a while, but we have a special thing we got going here. Safety Blade, one of the best in the game, has another cook. He's back with some more stuff. Hey, you want a reason to play Jocasta? Don't worry, we got you covered. We went on an insane run. We got the numbers, we got the deck. Come check it out. Let's go take a look. So, like I said, it's been a while, but please, let's try to get the algorithm going back in a positive direction with some more Marvel Snap. Hit the like, hit subscribe, let the algorithm know to help get this out to some more people. Now, you see it here. We got the Safety Blade Idiot's deck. It's got Jocasta in it. This is probably the best place I've seen Jocasta. It's felt the best. Do not play Fantastic Car. That's copium. Get that out of here. You see the win rate. See the games, you see the cubes. That's like, I think it equates to, I think it was 3.41 average cubes per game. Absolutely absurd. Went on an incredible run with this deck. I went from rank like somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 to 1,800. Okay, playing this deck. It's absolutely a banger. It kept ripping 8 cubes off of people. Now I got some little bit of gameplay at the end of this, so we'll switch over after that, after we do this here. But the gameplay is just a few clips thrown together. It's not like some long drawn out game, so no big deal. So we'll spend most of our time here going over the deck, explaining some of the lines, because you're not going to see a lot of that. You're going to see some end of game clips at the end of this, so nothing crazy. Let's go over the line. Now, this is not, a lot of people are like, oh, is Spider-Ham really that good here? Yes, Spider-Ham is really that good here. Pulling a lot of weight. Very much one of the MVPs here. Now, you're not necessarily trying to force a second trigger from Spider-Ham to Jocasta. You can get that off. That's how the line is going, but not necessarily going that way. Now, a lot of how this core deck functions is stuff you've seen before. You've seen Athena, you've seen Havoc, you've seen these things before, right? Done with Invisible Woman First Step. We have Mercury here because obviously Safety Blade, being one of the best in the business, is always top tier, and he has to contend with a lot of move decks. So Mercury, as just a pure tech card and its own against move, is very good. Some of you may find something else to be better, but cards that can just move and reposition is very good. Also, why Hydra Bob is here. Hydra Bob is a good one drop that has the ability to move to get you into locations that you might not be able to get into there otherwise. Also ends up being a good thing to help trigger Athena later. Also something you can do with the Thing First Steps on turn 6. That gives you an option. You can hold your Bob and say, okay, boom, I can hit you with Thing Bob turn 6, probably triggering Athena as well, right? So keep that in mind. Herbie, now he had Awesome Andy here before, he took it out, cut that. Herbie's in here. Fine overall, good. Another thing that works with Jocasta, because you need some value in here for Jocasta other than just Invisible Woman, right? Mobius just, we've got a holy trinity of good tech cards in this deck. Mobius, Juggernaut, Stardust. These 3 tech cards cover a baseline for bailing you out of situations that people are just doing those good things specifically, because Stardust, and you'll even see this in a couple of clips, or one of the clips specific, where Stardust just goes, yeah, you can't do that now. And also keep in mind that both of those cards, specifically Juggernaut and Stardust, are tech cards that can be played on turn 6 with Havoc or Athena, period. Right? So let's get to the star of the show. Star of the show, 2 cards. Invisible Woman First Steps. Thing. Do not sleep on the Thing. I'm sure a lot of people have been over the course of time here, but no reason to sleep on the Thing. Invisible Woman First Steps is the linchpin of the end of turn archetype. She accelerates it where it's just good. You feel like you are in a position of power when you have that in your hand ready to play. You just do. Now, granted, remember, we're going to cover the lines where I tell you Jocasta goes first here. I know if you have both of those cards in hand, you'll be like, oh, I should get Invisible Woman down. Now, where historically that was true, that's not the case with this deck and Jocasta specifically, because Jocasta takes your activate cards and effectively makes them on reveal cards if you need be. Because once Jocasta is on the board, her activate ability makes it so that the other cards can just, like, you can have her on the board, you can play Invisible Woman on turn 6 in a scenario. You can play Invisible Woman on turn 6 and get her trigger off because you can activate Jocasta, which in turn activates Invisible Woman. It's not the ideal scenario, but it's something that you can do because Jocasta works incredibly well with Invisible Woman, and that's like the combo. That's the nut where it's like, boom, Jocasta and Invisible Woman go off is banana. Okay, because you're getting so many of these extra triggers. I don't need to tell you why Juggernaut is good. Juggernaut at 4 cost is still getting to be an MVP. Was an MVP in this deck, won a lot of games along this way out of these 22 games. And to be fair, 3 of those losses, 2 of them were 50-50s. One of them was a dead 50-50 where if the opponent's Bruce Banner hadn't changed into Hulk, we would have won. Period. So by all intents and purposes, the deck could be 20-2. So take that for what you will. This deck was like a couple of hair triggers away from being undefeated in 22 games. So that's all I got to say. The deck is very good. Let me apologize to Safety Blade in advance. Me and him were chatting it up during my stream, and this deck it's got some bangers in here. It's not a difficult deck to play. You should get the lines down. And you all know me if you've ever been to my stream. First of all, if you haven't, come on hang out. Twitch.tv/GameOverFlashX. Come hang out. Okay, we have a good time. But like when I'm playing Snap, I'm like somewhere between 50 and 70% paying attention most of the time. This deck was on rails playing itself when we were just steamrolling people. 4 cubes, 8 cubes, 4 cubes, 8 cubes, bang, bang, bang. It was absurd. Absolutely absurd. That's it. That's all I got. Check out some of the gameplay, okay? And that's it. No, this is the outro. The gameplay will come and then we'll be done. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, like, follow, do all the things, subscribe, most importantly. Like I said, come check out the Twitch chat. Come hang out. You have a good time. Go to Twitch streams, whatever. All right. So go check out the gameplay. I'll catch you on the next. That's not bad. But you can't do it because Red Hulk, boom. Enchantress. Silver Surfer. Nothing in the left lane. Output's all along. Won't have it. Get me there. Won't have it. Get a stare. Get a stare. I say that like it's insignificant, right?